Well, it's sure been a while since I've done any kind of an unboxing video, but what I've got in hand today has definitely got me excited to do one. I've got the Red Shadows figures from Skeletron's Roboskull Mark II Kickstarters. So let's look at GYRE Wolf and the Wolf Trooper. So as part of the offering of the Roboskull Mark II Kickstarter by Skeletron, they offered figures. And in the first phase of the fulfillment, the Skeledrones went out. So everybody got their Skeledrones, and I'm sure a bunch of people saw pictures, and you can take these heads off and you can put them on other Marauder gun runner style bodies, because everything that Skeletron did was in association with Marauder gun runners. So these heads will actually fit on other Marauders figures. But I got some figures in the mail, and what I got was the Red Shadows Wolf Trooper and the GYRE Wolf. Now, GYRE Wolf is based on Gary Head, aka Gary Goggles. He was a big part of the G.I. Joe community, the Fellowship of Dollies, and Gary unfortunately passed away. And when G.I. Joe made the Sightline figure for the 50th anniversary, they honored Gary with the Sightline figure. And the guys over at Skeletron, who are really awesome guys, Mark, Ben, Corey, all of them, they decided that they were going to honor Gary with the GYRE Wolf figure. And if you look at the card art, it's just fantastic looking card art. Like the paintings for this. And then on the back of the card, you see that traditional looking cross cell. They all have file cards. So this is GYRE Wolf's card right here. And then you see the other figures that will be coming out as well. So you have the Skeletron figure itself, which again, if you're a fan of Palitoy Action Force, then you know about Skeletron. And then there's the Jungle Wolf Trooper. And then there's Red Weasel and Blood Wolf, and they are the pilots of the Roboskull Mark II Special Edition and the Roboskull Mark II respectively. So there's some other figures that are still yet to come out, and a lot of the O-Ring Retro Wolf Troopers have already gone out. So what we're going to do today is we're just going to take a look at these guys. We're going to open them up and just check them out. But they just... the card art looks so good. You know, there's unifying elements on everything. At a glance, you know, right? These are Skeletron figures from the Roboskull Mark II, and just awesome. They just look fantastic. I did get several of both of these, especially the Wolf Trooper, because Army Builder, right? And we're just gonna get old school, rip this sucker right off the card. So there we go. Yeah, that's not too bad, right? That's not too shabby for just tearing it off with my meat hooks. And look at them. They just sit in the trays like our dollies used to. Pull everything out, remove the weapon. And these figure stands are pretty fantastic. Look at that figure stand. Triangular, so you can fit a bunch of them tightly together. They have the Skeletron, the Roboskull design on it. You can see it right there. I really like the added detail in that stand. So here's the figure. He's got some good detailing on his mask there, on his balaclava. It's got some ridges on it. It's got your standard modern 4-inch figure articulation, wrists, elbows, shoulders, waist, but they have thigh swivel as well, which I thought it was cool they put thigh swivel. So you have a really good ankle rocker here, if you can see that. Got a really good toe point there on that figure. So, and we also have a boot swivel. So boot swivel, ankle, thigh swivel, all the points of articulation you could ask for in legs, because we're not playing around with this toe articulation crap with 4-inch figures. But really great detail on this figure. I know Matt LaCroix did a lot of work on these Paint Masters, and he free-handed that on the Paint Master, that Skeletron logo. So let's take a look at this guy. Yeah, he's just got really good articulation, nice paint apps, good little detail going on here. You got some red pops in the back of his armor. The armor comes off, so you can separate it right here. On both sides, you just pop it off, which I'm not gonna do that. Take the head off, pop the armor off, there you go. But I'm not doing that right now because that's not what this is about. So if we remove his wrist claws from his backpack, his little jetpack, there's something I want to show you here on this. If you've bought Marauder Gun Runners figures before, then you know what these peg holes are, because you most likely have a bag of Marauders parts that looks like this, where you just have random little accessories, pouches, holsters, plates, things like that. So what you can do is you just take something like this double mag pouch and you can put it right there on the backpack. So you can kind of plug and play anything Marauder that you want and put it on here. We could put a knife sheath if you wanted it, whatever you want, which I think is a really nice touch that they decided to do with this. Yeah, there you go. You could put weapons cases, anything. Sky's the limit. Go nuts. But I think that's pretty cool that they decided to incorporate that standard Marauder Gun Runner sort of plug and play. I don't want to say snap on, stay on, right? Because that was that was GI Joe in the 80s. So anyway, let's go ahead and we'll put this guy together. Really awesome looking helmet right here. I think that's pretty cool. Put it on his head. Now you'll find with a lot of figures that when you put helmets on them, the helmet doesn't cover their jaw, but if you heard that snap, this helmet fits so snugly on this head that when I twist the helmet, the head's actually turning, so the helmet's not loose, which is fantastic, and it seats perfectly well at the neckline of his chest armor. And then we'll just put his backpack on him. Goes right in, look at that. Not gummy or anything. You can put maybe one of his little Wolverine claws on there. But I'm gonna put them back on his backpack because I just like the way that looks. They just snap right in and then they hug to the side like that. Seamless. Really awesome. You know what? Let's do this. We're gonna give you, we'll just give you a little red pouch on there just to put it on there. Why not? Some good paint apps on the rifle. You can see has a chrome bolt and the bolt's exposed. That's just some good little detail that they put in there. Yeah, good little rifle. I'm gonna take the backpack off for a second. Also, right here, there's a peg on his thigh for the grip for his sidearm, which again has some fun little paint apps. You can see a little chrome circle on there. So you just take the grip right here, just kind of push it down on there. I'm not really trying to pose these two dynamically. I'm just trying to put them together so people can see them. Yeah, there he is. I dig him. I really love the red colors on him. And then if you want to get crazy, boom, perfect fit. Like he was always meant to be there. Dig it. Okay, now we're gonna open the GYRE Wolf. All right, that one got away from me a little bit, but that's okay. That's why I got duplicates, and I don't need to keep this card. I'll just cut out the file card in the back, old school style, and we're good to go. Come on, Gary. If any of you ever got a chance to meet Gary, then you know how much of an awesome guy he was. He was a very genuine dude. Another cool thing about this figure is that he comes with a translucent head, just like if he was a hologram, so you could replace the head. Good neck ball in this figure too. Just came right off, no problems. Didn't have to fight it or anything. Yeah. So he has a perfectly translucent head, so he looks like a hologram. And then his stand is different, so it sort of incorporates in like that, right? Pretty rad. We're not going to use the translucent head on this one, but we are going to keep it. Yeah. And that head looks really good. That's a really good likeness of Gary. It's a better likeness than Sightline, obviously, because Sightline had a balaclava on and you couldn't really see his face. But Gary, you know, there's the goggles, so there's Gary Gary Head's head. But yeah, there he is, right there. All right, buddy, get back on here. And again, the head just pops on perfectly well. Same points of articulation, same kind of sidearm, little nut, if you will, on the side. Got some nice tampo here on the shoulder. On this one too, there's a G for GYRE Wolf or Gary Goggles. You can see there's a G and then there's an outline, so it's GG, Gary Goggles. But yeah, great paint apps on here, little pops of red all on the arms. It just looks really awesome. It's got the same kind of red pops on the backpack, but the detail in this, the fine detail in the sculpt is phenomenal. Just a great looking figure. And then nice little touches like these thigh pads in the back. Just that kind of stuff. The piping and the pants. Really awesome looking figure. I mean, you can see the little fine detail and the stripes on the boots. It's just a good looking figure. Again, right, we have ankle rockers, point the toes, boot swivel, thigh swivel. So we got all your points of articulation, and you have the butterfly knee. Same with the elbows and the shoulders. But again, it's just my opinion, but when you look at this figure, with almost every single point of articulation that a 6-inch figure has, minus the swivel up here in the bicep tricep area, this guy doesn't look anatomically like dog shit. And that's just my opinion, but you know, that's why I buy this stuff that I like. So take it or leave it, just an opinion. All right, so now comes the helmet fit, and this helmet has a lot of great detail in it. You can see there's like that little detail right across the visor there. All right, and it fits perfectly. No jaw sticking out. Nice seal at the back of the collar. That's the way that a helmet should fit a figure. It should just come off very easily and then just fit on snug, just like that. I didn't have to fight it at all. That's the way you do it. I gotta say that the guys at Marauder Gun Runners and Skeletron did a phenomenal job with him. And I mean, let's be honest, he kind of has that Cylon Raider feel, doesn't he? And I'm a fan. He just looks rad. So same as before, right? Backpack, So we'll put his facing up, whereas we put my other guys facing down, just for a little different aesthetic. Now this figure does not have a rifle, but he does also come with the standard stand that the Wolf Trooper comes with. So you can keep them consistent, or you can use the blue swirl stand along with the translucent head if you so choose. But yeah, GYRE Wolf, aka Gary Goggles, only comes with a sidearm and the claws. And these joints are great. I don't have to heat them or anything. Like, every joint is free. They feel good. They don't feel like they're gonna snap. No boiling, no heating required, to the point where when I was putting the sidearm in his hand, you know, his forearm's just turning, because it's not loosey-goosey, but it's free to articulate, which is the way that we want it. Not super loose, not too tight. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
So he's got his sidearm, and we'll give him a fun little berserker claw. My love for you is ticking clock berserker. Anyway, so, and there you go. Some good looking figures. Let's go take a closer look at them.
Look at these figures. Aren't they rad? But you know what else is rad? Hitting the like button. You know what else is even more rad? Subscribing for more videos in the future so you don't miss out. And I live stream every Wednesday and Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. So come on by and hang out.
So there you have it. That's a look at the Wolf Trooper and GYRE Wolf figures from Skeletron's Roboskull Mark II Kickstarter and the new Red Shadows figures, reimagined. But I want to know what you think. Did you back this Kickstarter? Are you excited to see these figures? Let me know in the comments below. Let's talk some Joe or Skeletron, be it may, and have an awesome day.